Day 1672. You know the vibes. Quick side note, unrelated to anything. Well, not unrelated to anything, but I think the thumbnail on my last video looked pretty decent actually. Didn't choose it as I never do. Like whatever the thumbnail is, the thumbnail is. But I'm being fast and loose with these videos, man. There's like next to no preparation. There's no editing. It is what it is. For the most part, I mean, you know, I'll redo videos and stuff, but it's all very rough around the edges, as you can tell by the thumbnails, to be honest. But yeah, last one was quite good. Although I don't know, probably talking bottom of the barrel here, whereby because my thumbnails generally are so garbage, anything that's moderately decent all of a sudden gets boosted and uplifted. Maybe almost kind of like, and I was thinking about this analogy the other day, but maybe it was today, yesterday, whatever. That the whole thing about when you're hungry and you eat your first meal, and you know when you're hungry, like hungry, and you eat your first meal and it absolutely slaps. Then or even not even a meal, just you eat something, even if it's like a snack. It was today. I know it was today because I was really hungry and I got a packet of crisps, which I think I've had before. They're quite nice. But these crisps, oh my, they were slapping, bro. Tasting like the best crisps I've ever had in my life. Again, because you're so hungry. So, you know, you could even talk about this in, you know, relationships as well. If you've just been dealing with dog doo-doo people now, the moment someone comes along who's moderately better or treats you with a modicum of respect and slightly listens to you, if you've been dealing with absolute trash beforehand, it's going to be like, oh, this is amazing. So yeah, back to the thumbnail. That's the examples. So yeah, man. I'll talk about the day, but there was an interesting program that I caught. I didn't even see the very beginning of it. I think I caught it like halfway through. It was the chocolate shop, Hotel Chocolat. Very nice chocolate shop. Oh, yeah, some of their chocolates, bro. And there's this pistachio one. It's because they do little packs where it's like 6 small chocolates in a pack, and it's like you can do like a pick and mix, like 3 for 15 or something like that. There is this particular pack of pistachio ones, which is amazing. I don't know how they I don't know how they formulated this, but it's not overly sweet. Of course, chocolate you expect to be sweet. It is sweet, but it's not overly sweet. Like when I tried it, I expected it to be sweeter than it was, but they struck a really beautiful balance. It was just mildly sweet. It wasn't overdoing it at all. It's amazing. One of their best ones, I'm telling you. But basically, the program that I caught in literally the early hours of this morning, we're talking like 4:30. It's funny I caught it actually because I found it quite interesting. And if I didn't, I literally only caught it because I woke up like in the middle of the wee small hours of this morning. And obviously in my days, I was like, oh, what's this? And then I saw the name I saw their branding. I was like, oh, what's this? And then I kind of got engrossed in it for like the last 20 minutes or so. And just seeing how they operate and, you know, them opening up new stores, and they're looking to open up a kind of chocolate bakery type place. And yeah, is it? And then they were doing a little, they were up at one festival. They had like a little, you know, like one of those food vans that you'll see at various festivals. They're at one of those. Yeah, man. And I think it was a 3-parter. So I think I'll catch the other ones. But yeah, that was at like 4:30 this morning, which if I'd fallen asleep, because it was only because I had it on on whatever channel it was on. I feel like it was channel 4, something like that. And it's only because I fell asleep with that on, and then actually the TV was watching me, and then I just happened to catch it. So yeah, man, glad I did though. I'll check out the rest. Interesting stuff. Interesting. Um, what else? Right, Union Day today. It was a pretty productive one. So shoot, yeah, because I had a meeting that I was asked to sit in on with a member. It was not a formal meeting, it was an informal meeting, which we're not obligated to come, well, we're not obligated to come to anything, but basically managers can turn around to you and say, yeah, no, you're not having a union representative in this meeting. Because I think it's technically speaking only formal meetings that we're officially allowed to attend. Like, if the member states, look, I want representation there, I want a union rep there. If it's a formal meeting, I think it's their right, I believe. I think it may even be a legal right, to be fair. There is no such right when it comes to an informal meeting. However, if you've got a nice enough manager, they will allow a rep to come in, as was the case today. So yeah, we had that. It was earlier than I would have liked, but again, it was my union day, and I didn't have to rush to go to work, and I thought, yeah, let me just do this. So it wasn't even early, like compared to most people's standards, but it was early enough for me, like before I started my work shift, basically. So went to that. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, various things said. It's just to catch up with the member, just to see how they're getting on and stuff. So yeah, that was cool. And then I had a proper catch up with them afterwards. After we came off the meeting with the manager, just me and them had a catch up. And then milled around, flipping, had a shower because I needed one. Need to have another one shortly because boy, I'm not sweating like crazy, but the sweat has been setting in. It's been hot today, bruv. I think particularly in the house. I wouldn't be as hot if I was up at the office today, but oh man, when it gets hot in this house, it gets hot. But anywho, obviously my shift started. Had a meeting with the other members. Sorry, with the other reps. I mean. As we have been for like the past maybe 3 or 4 weeks now. It's been a regular thing of us kind of catching up, talking about stuff, going over various policies, checking in with individual reps about any particular cases that we're all aware of, that, how they've been progressing. So, yeah, that was cool. And what else? Oh yeah, then I had to catch up with another member. The other member who I'm representing, and they were just giving me the lowdown of what's going on with them, and it's, oh gosh, there's a lot happening, man. It's a lot. So it's a very long, in-depth conversation, but yeah, we'll see where things go with their case. Their case is a lot less clear cut, and boy, they're going to keep me in the loop though. They're going to keep me in the loop. So yeah, it was a pretty productive day, man. And then just carried on with some bits afterwards. Yeah, man. So man's here, innit? Man's here still. Final day tomorrow before the weekend. Supposed to be going out over the weekend. Meeting up with a couple of friends / work colleagues, or one current work colleague who I haven't seen for ages, and one old work colleague who again I haven't seen for a while. But yeah, we're going out, which should be cool. Looking forward to that. Benihana's, which us three have been trying to organise going to this place for time. But yeah, Benihana's, man, I'm excited. I've never been before. Them two have gone like together to the place, and they've always told me about it. And like, oh yeah, let's go Benihana's. Yeah, man, I'm excited to go. Been looking forward to it for a while. And this meet up with the other two has been a long time coming. So yeah, looking forward to that. And also, sorry, I nearly forgot. I definitely made mention of this. One of my friends who had just kind of stopped talking to me, which I think I made mention about this in an earlier video, and I felt a way about it. Now, oh no, I did mention this. So there was a little bit of a, was it disagreement? Would we say, not even disagreement, like a kind of mini annoyance that occurred because it was it to do with like yeah, I was supposed to kind of meet up with them and I left it to the last minute and they were kind of out waiting for me for a while. And then we spoke afterwards and they clearly told me what I did annoyed them and I apologized for it and all of that jazz. But like the end of the conversation, they seemed to be okay with it. They're just like, yeah, that did wind me up. Don't really appreciate it, but you know what? It is what it is. And we were due to meet up later on that month, later on in the month, towards the end when obviously payday came around, and I reached out to them closer to the time to obviously check. Oh, are you still free? Let's go here, like we were obviously planning now, and and then I just got air, bro. I got air. I called them twice, and then I messaged them once. And the thing is, like, like, I knew it was a thing where it was just airing me because they're on the ball. Like, even times when they may not see the message or they don't get back to me initially, they will get back to me, you know? So I thought, you know what, first call, probably didn't see it. Maybe there's stuff going on or they're busy or whatever because there's stuff happening with them, right? So I was like, okay, cool. Tried the second time, I think a couple days later, nothing like that. Okay, cool. Then obviously third and I don't want to say final straw, but the third attempt, I guess, was me messaging them, and then they saw my message and just nothing, no response, no reply. So then I was like, okay, I guess I'll just have to leave it then. And it was sad, man, because like we'd reconnected like late last year. I hadn't spoken for ages, and then there was a lot going on with them, and they were filling me in, and there was a lot going on with them for them. And yeah, it was sad, man. It genuinely did make me feel sad. But I think as with pretty much all, yeah, no, I think as with, let me phrase this right. As with many relationships that I've had, whether it's both, you know, romantic or platonic, like I've experienced times when I have kind of tried to instigate contact with people and they haven't wanted me to contact them for whatever reason. And I've tried more than once and multiple things at play, but one of them just being a flipping beg. Just constantly, oh, hello, don't you want to talk? Don't you want to talk? Two, like, it's have a bit of pride, man. Flipping hell, just like you're being pathetic now, just running someone down that don't even want to chat to you. And then also, it's potentially winding them up. If someone genuinely and I know people like this who, the worst thing you can do if they don't want to talk, don't badger them. That's the worst thing you can do for certain people. Obviously, yes, there are other people who want you to keep on trying and, you know, break their walls down and be like, yo, hello, I'm trying to get in contact with you. Oh, are you? Okay, well, keep trying. You know? So, yeah, everyone's different, but I know there are people like that, and I think as I've experienced, again, romantically and platonically, quite often the worst thing you can do is run down someone who don't want to chat to you. So, and I've gotten way more proficient, a lot better at kind of just leaving people alone, even if I really, really do want to talk to someone and reconnect and just chat with them, you know? But yeah, like I said, I'm quite good at holding space and just leaving people be. I'm very good at putting a lid on my kind of urges to do things, which I think is a really good thing, because if I didn't have that lid, I'd probably be an absolute madman. Not in a horrendous way, but yeah, it wouldn't be good, man. I'd probably end up getting into bigger arguments with people if I didn't have that lid on my urges and instincts, you know? But, That sounds way more sinister than it actually is, by the way. But yeah, yeah, man. What am I saying? So anyway, I say all of that to say this. So I hadn't spoken it, and I'd kind of confined it as I do because I often think worst case scenario in a lot of things, which I think is sometimes it can often not be a good thing, but sometimes it can be. Oh shoot, run out of time. We'll speed this up. I feel like it can be a good thing in the sense of if you set your expectations down here, then when you hit here, you feel really good and it surprises you and it's a nice feeling. Of course, yes, there's negatives to that, but I basically confined the whole situation in my mind to me probably never speaking with them again. Which again was a sad thing, but worse things have happened. You know, there are, of course, people who I thought would be in my life, in a certain capacity, and either the capacity's completely changed, or I don't chat with them anymore. I don't even have their number saved in my phone. People who I thought would be around forever, you know? This life is funny, man. Not even in the ha-ha sense. But anyways, all that rambling to say, I checked my phone, I went away, sorted out some stuff, came back to my phone, and I saw a message from said person. It was like, oh, hey, I know you're probably up at work still, or you're working still, but, you know, let me know when you're free and I can give you a call. And they'd actually tried to call me, but again, I was away from my phone, so I didn't even see or hear it. I was like, oh, hey, yeah, I can speak now. And then, like, in their typical fashion, sent the message, they saw it like 10 seconds later, and then they called me. And we proceeded to have a catch up for about an hour and a half, and they just kind of explained stuff. And yeah, man, it was like, yeah, almost like nothing had ever happened, pretty much. And I like that, you know, and yeah, I get it, man. And as I did say to myself, if they do want to speak again, they will contact you. And I understand there probably would have been things that were stopping them, and as a result, when I spoke with them, they did confirm those exact things. I know people, you know, I know people. So yeah, no, it was really good to reconnect. I'm happy that they did, and it was good. Oh, it was, again, a lot of stuff happening with them, but it was just good to hear like overall they're in a good place. I'm happy to hear that. So yes, so yeah, man, it's been a productive day. It's been a good day. That really did actually lift my mood. And just to hear that they're doing well and all of that stuff. So yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. So rounds off the day in a nice little way, shall we say. So gonna leave it there because this is a bit of a long video and I don't okay, right, we got 10 minutes. This should hopefully be enough. Right, so I'll catch you tomorrow. But yeah, it's day 1672. I'll catch you tomorrow for day 1673.